USA secured their spot in the knockout rounds with a game still to play, without their biggest star even on the pitch. Their own coach says the goal is winning the entire tournament. So let's actually break this down honestly. How far can USA realistically go in 2026? USA have hit the ground running. They opened with a commanding 4-1 win over Paraguay, then followed it up with a 2-0 win over Australia. Pochettino unleashed tactics nobody had seen from this team before, and it worked to near perfection. 2 wins, 6 points, knockout spots secured. On paper, this is the best opening to a World Cup the USA have ever produced. Before the tournament even started, statistical models gave USA a roughly 60% chance of automatically advancing past the group stage, and a 42% chance of reaching the round of 16, something they've actually achieved 6 times in their history. But here's where it gets honest. The model gave USA just a 20% chance of reaching the quarterfinals, and only an 8% chance of making the semifinals. Of the 6 times USA has reached the round of 16, they've only won that stage once, beating Mexico 2-0 back in 2002 to reach the quarterfinals. Even with home advantage, sportsbooks still list USA as long shots to actually win the whole thing, sitting well behind the European and South American contenders, with odds ranging from 41-1 all the way up to 67-1. That tells you exactly how the rest of the football world sees this team right now. Improved, dangerous, but not yet in the same conversation as Argentina, France, Brazil, or Spain. Most respected football analysts agree on roughly the same prediction. The round of 16 is the realistic ceiling for this USA team in Pochettino's first major tournament in charge. Belgium beat USA convincingly earlier this year. Argentina's form has been well documented all season. As much as fans would love to see a quarterfinal run, most experts believe this is where the journey likely ends. Here's what makes 2026 genuinely different, though. USA just beat Australia 2-0 without Christian Pulisic, their most important attacking player. A breakout defender scored the winning goal. That is not a team relying on one superstar. That is depth. That is belief. And that is exactly the kind of team that occasionally shocks everyone in knockout football, just like Morocco did in 2022 when nobody gave them a chance either. Pochettino has been crystal clear about his mentality from day one. He told reporters directly, "For me, it's about winning. If you don't win, what does it matter?" He pointed to Morocco's run in Qatar as the exact blueprint, a team that simply refused to limit its own ambition. Having a good World Cup, he said, is how you establish football as a permanent fixture in America. That mentality alone won't guarantee results, but it changes how this team approaches every single knockout match. So here's the honest, realistic path. Round of 32, very likely, possibly already secured. Round of 16, genuinely winnable given the depth and home advantage on display so far. Quarterfinals would be a historic achievement, matching their best ever World Cup result from 2002. Semifinals and beyond would be the greatest moment in the history of American soccer. Not impossible, just unlikely based on everything we've seen from the rest of the world so far. Here's why none of those percentages should stop you from watching every single USA match from here. This tournament has already produced more upsets than almost any World Cup in history. Australia shocking Turkey. Curacao scoring against Germany. Nobody saw any of that coming either. If this USA team keeps playing with the depth and belief they've shown so far, they have every chance of writing their own surprise chapter too. USA's final group match against Turkey is coming up next. Subscribe and let's find out together exactly how far this team can go. Pitchova, football made simple.